Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Crushinator and I will be your host for tonight's matchup between Durotan's Couch and Protectors of Aiur. This is my first C East matchup of the year. I'm looking forward to it here. Looks like our teams are about ready to go. I'll let them know. Ready to go. Bada boom. Alrighty. Gonna be starting up real soon. Let me take you over to the map screen to let you know what our teams banned away today. Alterac Pass, Braxis Holdout, Cursed Hollow, and Hanamura Temple have been banned away for tonight's matchup. Protectors of Aiur are taking us to Volskaya Industries, otherwise known as Volskaya Foundry, for game number 1, which means Durotan's Couch gets first pick. Let's head on over there and see how they're going to do. Alrighty. Game number 1 here. Durotan's Couch, waiting on that first ban here on Volskaya Foundry. How are y'all doing in the chat? Afishy, thank you very much for the follow. Beautiful holiday. Dershane Train showing up today. Hope you're all having an excellent, excellent evening. Gonna double check to make sure I've got all the correct players in my list. Looking pretty good so far. Fantastico. Really pondering over this ban. It's going to be Tassadar for Durotan's Couch. Tassadar did not quite escape the nerf bat with this week's patch, but still very good in terms of controlling space here on Volskaya Foundry, being able to poke from quite a distance away, and of course that very oppressive wave clear. And a very interesting Tracer ban coming out from the Protectors of Aiur. I feel like there might be a little bit of inside baseball going on with that ban. Not often we see Tracer even picked at all in a couple patches now. But of course, in the right hands with the right comp, and especially on a map as wide as Volskaya Foundry is, Tracer can absolutely get some work done. Cassia will be the next to fall, sticking with those old school bans. Chromie did get fixed up, so we probably won't see any Chromie bans today. May still get picked, she's probably still pretty good, but not in busted territory like she used to be. ETC will be the next ban coming out from Protectors of Aiur. So that leaves first pick with Durotan's Couch. Volskaya Foundry. We may see a Deckard first pick. That's a very common one, though Deckard did get banned. Or not banned. He got banned from play! No, Ruby got 10 seconds more slapped onto the cooldown. Bit of a nerf reversion. Instead, Gohan is going to go ahead and grab first pick Zool. Haven't seen a first pick Zool in a while. Though, if there's ever a map to do it on, I think Volskaya Foundry's the one. There's a lot of double soak potential, a lot of potential to move ahead pretty safely and back away. So, definitely going to be putting the pressure onto Protectors of Aiur with that pick. We'll see how they want to respond here. It looks like it's going to be the Johanna and the Orphea coming out for Eplictic and Hariel. Johanna is suffering a little bit since the 5% or the 5-second nerf to the Iron Skin, but the wave clear and the presence in the front line simply cannot be denied. We'll see what Durotan's Couch wants to pair with this Zool. They've pretty much got the 4-man to build here, unless they want to move that Zool along with the team, which is something possibly even older than Double Soak Zool. It's going to be Tychus and Varian, a very bold comp coming out here from Durotan's Couch. Usually you see these sorts of picks hidden until the latter half of the draft, which makes me wonder what they're actually hiding with these last 2 picks. Very interesting stuff here. Now, Varian doesn't necessarily need to be Taunt Varian, though that is the most popular variation. Given what's being presented here, we'll see. It is going to be the Deckard ban. Deckard just fits into pretty much any possible comp onto Volskaya Foundry, almost anywhere, really. But especially Volskaya, where you absolutely know where the next team fight's going to take place. Just getting those potions up there, super, super strong. Protectors of Aiur are the next to have something banned away, as I said the wrong team name. Durotan's Couch, thinking about their next ban. Johanna, Orphea have been picked. It's going to be a Rhaegar ban, wanting to make sure they don't get run over with that Bloodlust comp that Johanna is so often at the front of. Ana is open. Ana can power up Orphea pretty well, though Orphea doesn't necessarily need an Ana. It's going to be Anduin and Sylvanas coming out from Sergeant Scoops and Orion, as I fail to speak words. Sylvanas definitely very good at moving around the map, enabling those big pushes along with the Protector, demanding an answer from someone like the Zool. A Fish is going to grab the Li Ming. Lord Fable actually going to play Lili here. Interesting pickup. We don't have a heavy auto attack focus over on Protectors of Aiur, but just being able to survive and push back and getting some blinds, even just on the Orphea, to deny a little bit of that healing. Can do a little bit of work here for sure. Redbeard with the final pick, looking for an offlaner to go versus this Zool. See whether they want to match the double soak or go for the gank. It's going to be Yrel. Yrel, a pretty common answer to the Zool. Able to use the Hand of Freedom to get out of the Bone Prison. Able to double soak almost as effectively. A little bit behind there, but can absolutely put some kill pressure on the Zool. So definitely a good informed pickup there. All right, well, game number 1 is going to be underway here. Durotan's Couch and Protectors of Aiur. Game number 1. Let's get into it. Alright, loading in here to Volskaya Foundry. The Lili pick has been met with some confusion in the chat. But we'll see how it plays out. Lili, of course, can do well in a very long style engagement. So we'll see whether Durotan's Couch can elongate these engages, try to run Anduin's mana dry, or whether the lack of burst healing will catch up with them here. Taking a look over at the side of Protectors of Aiur. Some good damage coming out from Orphea and Sylvanas. Going to be putting a lot of pressure onto that Varian in the front. And Tychus into Johanna can also be a little bit rough, though eventually you just run out of cooldowns with Johanna, trying to keep that armor up, trying to keep that blind up, and Tychus just keeps on wailing away. Will definitely be an interesting matchup here. I think Protectors of Aiur needs to try to find the angles, get these fights over with quickly. And Durotan's Couch, I think they're going to be leaning a lot on the Zool macro in this matchup. Li Ming's going to be able to move around pretty freely. And we'll see how it goes. Only time will tell. Just waiting on one more load-in. Come on, wildcard. Move that big Tychus body into this map. Hopefully we don't have a disconnect here. That'd be a rough start. That'd be a little bit of a rough start, but we'll see how it goes. Come on, wildcard. Load in, buddy. This is feeling like a DC. Bad Bros in the chat, how you doing? Oh, we got some movement on Wildcard's front. We might have a game. There we go. Alrighty, I do have a 60-second delay, beautiful holiday. No problems there. Alrighty, on the left, in the blue, we have Durotan's Couch. With Gohan playing the Zool, A Fish is on the Li Ming, Lord Fable playing Lili, Wildcard on the Tychus, and Captain Wedge on the Varian. On the right, in the red, we have Protectors of Aiur with Hariel on the Orphea, Sergeant Scoops playing the Anduin, Eclectic, I'm going to try that all game long, on the Johanna, Orion playing Sylvanas, and Redbeard on the Yrel. Here we go. Game number 1 is underway. Sylvanas going to be looking for those dagger stacks right off the bat. And the Lion's Maw quest has been chosen for Varian. Normally that indicates a taunt Varian, which would make sense because he's the only frontline warrior unless they're going tank Zool. Team's going to be working to clear this wave as fast as possible, start these rotations. Good knockback by Urel. And it looks like we do have a bit of a DC issue. Hopefully we'll get that sorted out right quick, and we'll get back to the game here. And here we go, we're back in the thick of it. Hopefully a hero has left the battle. Hopefully that'll be back in just a moment. Tychus warping back to the base. Even though he was just typing, that's odd. It'll be the Zool versus the Urel down there with the backlash. These teams are going to be rotating between top and mid, trying to stay ahead on that XP. Looks like Protectors of Aiur do have a bit of an advantage here. So we see Orion going to be jumping straight onto this camp right at the 1 minute mark. Very crisp macro coming out. Eplectic looking to interrupt the rotations. Very nice little macro plays coming out from Protectors of Aiur. They're ahead on these rotations. They're very crisp on the macro. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. Durotan's Couch is working on catching up with these rotations. They do have the player advantage in lane here. Overall, their wave clear is a little bit weaker. They're relying a lot on Li Ming and Tychus to get the job done in that regard. Although that might change once these teams start going to the objective, as Zool will just be able to catch up with all the wave clear. We do see Wildcard has started this camp. I think Tychus can solo that? I don't think I've ever seen Tychus try to solo that camp, to be honest. Taking a look at the experience, we do see Protectors of Aiur have picked up a bit of a minion lead here. Looks like Tychus didn't quite make it. Zool's gonna have to go over there and finish that off. I didn't think Tychus could do that solo. But maybe he was missing a little health at the beginning. Level 4s have arrived for both squads. Protectors of Aiur is back on the rotations. Orion working on the siege camp in preparation for the first objective, which is coming up in about 35 seconds here. So probably going to have to time that out a little bit. It looks like Wedge and crew are interested in stopping the rotations on the other side. A fish tossing the orb over the top. Eplectic moving into that space. They're both doing a good job of trying to control this heal camp hit. There's the taunt onto Hariel. The follow-up not quite there. So Orphea will get out just fine, but that's a very short cooldown that you're going to see Wedge popping an awful lot here. Control point is about to unlock. Protectors of Aiur have timed out their siege camp currently. Oh, there's another taunt onto Johanna. There's the Unstoppable. It's already broken. Eclectic is getting very low there, but will escape unharmed. Fish doing a great job of poking down this wall with those big Li Ming spells. There's another huge taunt, saved by Anduin for now, but the root lands, and Johanna without that Iron Skin will fall as first blood. Now Durotan's Couch is going to have to be careful here. They've got the siege camp pushing in the top lane. It looks like Zool will be breaking off to deal with that. There's another big taunt onto Redbeard. Wildcard dishing out the pain on that Tychus. Redbeard's going to get away just fine for now, but is going to have to back off and heal up. Zool has cleared away that top wave for the most part. Level 7, very close for both of our teams. Looks like Orphea and Sylvanas thinking about a little bit of a gank here, just trying to interrupt these rotations. Go on, taking a lot of damage from that Orphea. Durotan's Couch still holding the point. Protectors of Aiur working on that turret camp. Level 7 has arrived. Equal power for both of our squads. Once again, Li Ming just lobbing out those orbs, the free damage on the wall. Big taunt onto Orphea. He has to use the medallion, but it won't be enough. Orphea's going to go down there. Important thing to note, you cannot use the medallion while you are stunned or silenced. You can only use it while you are rooted or slowed. You have to have control of your character to use the medallion. It's like Indomitable on Garrosh. So while you're taunted, you can't pop that to get away. You gotta wait till afterwards. So that's what you saw there from Orphea. Durotan's Couch working on the mid fort. Usually we see the Protector heading up to the top lane to try to soften things up for control point B. They're electing to try to get some mid damage there. The rest of Protectors of Aiur are trying to collapse onto the back line of Durotan's couch. The Protector, about 30 seconds left on it, about half health, is now working on that top wall. Zool trying to catch up this lane. I don't know if they're going to be able to get all the way to the well here, though. They've only got 20 seconds left on this Protector, and it's already ailing quite a lot. There's the big taunt once again onto Eclectic. One turret down, and looks like the Protector's going to fall. They still have part of their wall, and they still have their well. So Protectors of Aiur with an advantage you don't normally have here on Volskaya Foundry, leading into control point B. Zool and Yrel are on the double soak rotation here. Mid fort did go down, so that's going to make things a little bit harder in terms of maintaining vision in the mid lane for Protectors of Aiur. There's another big taunt onto Orphea. Anduin's save is not in time, and these taunt combos are starting to land really, really hard. Very well done by Durotan's couch. They've stayed here for a while. Zool is getting the double soak done. Level 10s have arrived. There's another taunt onto Johanna. Iron Skin is used. Eclectic is going to have to start backing off. We do see the Wave of Force and Odin coming out for Durotan's couch, along with the Skeletal Mages from Zool. The Warbringer, actually, from Varian. So no shield wall in this matchup. He wants that damage. Reduces charges cooldown by 8 seconds. So Wedge is going to be running around like a maniac on that Varian. And there is the Water Dragon from Lili. So playing a very, very aggressive style here is Durotan's couch. But heroics on the side of Protectors of Aiur are ready. Varian's actually going to go down here. The Light Bomb catching Li Ming. A fish trying to get away with the help of Lili. There's the Water Dragon. Li Ming looks like they're going to be getting away. That's a big orb onto Hariel. The fish going for the big kill, and that's Orphea down. Playing around with that health pool, but gambling and winning was a fish. Very nicely done on the Li Ming. Redbeard taking an opportunity to grab that turret camp, but already had one, so had to just sort of guard the point until Eclectic could pick it up. We're going to see Durotan's couch grabbing the heal camp. So Protectors of Aiur a little bit on the back foot here. We'll see whether they can find a way around this Varian taunt combo. They still have their top fort. There's the Unstoppable going out early. Good job in avoiding that taunt from Captain Wedge. Siege Camp is going to try to help to de-push the lane here, as Zool is still getting double soak done like crazy. Yrel trying to catch up, but Zool just a little bit too quick, and we see Zool's already on the bottom wall while Yrel is coming up to try to aid in this fight. Sylvanas a little bit behind here. There's the taunt onto Redbeard, using the Hand of Freedom to get away. Crushing Jaws is out, but Captain Wedge wiggles around that one. There's a lot of damage being thrown onto the members of Durotan's couch, but Lili with that sort of excessive, long-time healing is keeping everyone pretty healthy there. Camp is pushing in the top lane, will need to be answered by Durotan's couch. It looks like the squad is headed up there to do that now. Tychus and Li Ming working on this turret as control point B unlocks. Ryan trying to help this bottom lane push out. The Zool pressure has been immense through the mid game here. Taking a look at the XP, very even on minions so far. It's really just the hero kills that are keeping Durotan's coach ahead at this point. Looking for a bit of off-lane push are the members of Protectors of Aiur, using that Sylvanas Black Arrow to push in the bottom lane. But here comes the members of Durotan's coach. There's a big taunt onto Orphea. The save from Anduin is there. Ariel, gotta be careful there, but being topped off very well by Sergeant Scoops. There's the retreating Silence Arrow, possibly a little bit too much there, but just in case, they make sure everyone's going to get out of there just fine. Meanwhile, Gohan has been sitting on this point as Zool and already 50% on this channel. Level 13 will be here for Protectors of Aiur, but they got to get to the point now. Looks like they will get there in time to stop the free cap. Li Ming and Tychus are trying to work on this siege camp, but the entirety of Protectors of Aiur is here, and they're going to try to take back this point. Uneven talent tiers, but the longer they stay here, the longer it gives Zool to possibly get more split push done. Looks like Gohan is waiting to come and join this fight. We're going to have a full-blown engage on our hands. Captain Wedge looking for an opportunity. Johanna positioning out front, trying to catch the orbs from Li Ming. There's the taunt, and it looks like the fight is on. Captain Wedge is right in the thick of things. 3 turrets are up on the side of Protectors of Aiur, ready to go in. They're going to have to jump onto this point quickly. Odin is out from Wildcard. There's the light bomb. The double stun is there. Is that going to be enough damage? The Crushing Jaws is up as well. Captain Wedge is very low, but not before Johanna goes down. Zool dead as well. Protectors of Aiur starting to turn this thing around. Redbeard is really pushing around Tychus in the back line. A fish trying to poke in from the outsides. Li Ming is always ready to turn these fights, but it is a 4v3 for Protectors of Aiur. The turrets are out, and the Merc Queen is making them real big. Unfortunately, they're positioned pretty defensively right now. But it looks like Protectors of Aiur are in good shape. Johanna and Varian will be coming back to the mid lane soon. Zool to follow. Wildcard trying to step on this point. I don't know whether they can have the opportunity here. Redbeard trying to stay out front, stay ready to push the members of Durotan's couch back. And it looks like Protectors of Aiur will secure Protector number 2. Protectors of Aiur have become the Protector in Volskaya. Urel and Orphea going to be working on this top lane pressure. There's the Water Dragon that lands onto the Protector. Unfortunately, it is unstoppable, so they won't be finding any picks onto the back line. We are at a... the XP is really starting to stretch out here for Durotan's couch. Zool starting to pull away a little bit with this off lane. There's another save from Anduin, and a big silence arrow catches too. Somehow Gohan and Wildcard are alive. I can't believe they're alive. Wedge was on the edge as well and doesn't quite manage to make it out. Bottom fort is taken out, and it looks like Eclectic wants Lord Fable. Makes the medallion proc. And wow, this Protector's getting a ton of work done, moving down and getting the bottom keep wall. Working on this bottom well. Protector will fall. There's the black arrows. They may be committing to this. Varian's not up for another 6 seconds. They do have the 5v4 advantage here. There's the Crushing Jaws. Doesn't quite land onto Wildcard. But it looks like with Varian back on the field, Protectors of Aiur are going to have to start backing off. Ooh, this could be a risky call. Alright, they're going to jump on past this turret camp. I wouldn't have liked that call at all, especially since level 16, not quite there. They're going to retreat back to their own turret camp here and start back on this macro grind. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Zool's been trying to get some work done, trying to keep his team in the game with that double soak. The rest of Durotan's couch are going to pick up their turret. Zool working on this siege camp with that W build. Good old blue build coming out from Zool, going to be very, very oppressive, especially post 13. So, Redbeard does spot the members of Durotan's couch on this heal camp. This could be the next point of engagement. Durotan's couch know they've been spotted. Looks like they're just going to go ahead and give this up. Redbeard and crew are going to jump in. Now the flank is coming from Durotan's couch. Protectors of Aiur are a little bit split here. That's a big combo onto Hariel. Orpheus going to have to go down. Odin is actually committed by Wildcard. Just in case they do manage to capture the heal camp, they're going to go ahead and try to grab this siege camp while Durotan's couch just works on this top fort. Captain Wedge trying to move in, but with this fort keying him down, going to have to be careful. Moves on past. The camp was captured, and it looks like Protectors of Aiur have managed to wiggle away here. Level 17 to 17, Gohan waiting in the shadows. Durotan's couch doing a good job of maintaining the pressure in the top lane. We've got a 5v5 up here, interestingly enough. Zool waiting to make sure that there's no fight that breaks out, who is now going to break away. Members of Protectors of Aiur trying to move out, trying to regain their map presence. As this Zool macro and this macro in general from Durotan's couch has given them very strong map control. Captain Wedge looking for a possible flank here. Watching for a bad rotation coming up from Protectors of Aiur. Little did they know they're taking the aggressive route. Sergeant Scoops, uh-oh, you think you're in the wrong neighborhood, buddy. Manages to get away. Doing a good job with the terrain. Eclectic does pop the Unstoppable. The Silence Arrow falls. Crushing Jaws does not land. There's the Unstoppable onto Captain Wedge, but that will not stop the Light Bomb from landing. This could be trouble for Varian, but not... Orphea getting killed in the background alongside Anduin and Johanna. Fantastic turn. Sylvanas is going to fall as well. Hardened Defender is popped. Redbeard is going to manage to escape. That looked like a great engage for Protectors of Aiur, but just too much damage in the background. Wipes out the DPS, and Durotan's Couch now with a big experience lead. They're going to be going on to point C. Another taunt onto Redbeard. Captain Wedge being pushed into tower range. These towers do not target heroes anymore. They will key onto those minions. It is going to be just Tychus holding the point in the bottom. Durotan's Couch has a few more seconds to try to take out this mid-keep. They've got a catapult to help, but the rest of Protectors of Aiur is starting to get back on the field. Redbeard pushing them away. Looks like Durotan's Couch is going to have to leave this keep at half health. They are going to retreat and grab this turret camp. Level 20 is here for the blue team. Still halfway through level 18 is Protectors of Aiur. They're trying to get as much experience in the off lanes as possible, but they're not going to have level 20 by the time this control point C ticks over. Instead, they're just going to try to push the lane, get as much stored experience as possible from these walls. And the Protector is going to start marching down into the mid. Durotan's Couch, once again, looking for a rotation here. Coming from the top lane. Captain Wedge thinking about bottom fort, it looks like. Durotan's Couch is going to change pace and go for this middle keep. They're going to go ahead and take that out. I'm interested to see where they go from here. There's the Light Bomb, double stun onto the backline of Durotan's Couch. A Fish uses the Blink to get away. Silence Arrow comes out as well. Crushing Jaws not landing. Water Dragon onto Johanna will make them very, very slow. That's a lot of ults committed from both sides. They're kind of fighting over nothing here. We'll see who comes out. Johanna is really in the thick of things there, manages to get away. Redbeard also causing some havoc for Durotan's Couch. And this Protector, taking out a very damaged mid-keep, may not get much more here. That's a lot of damage from that Sylvanas onto the members of Durotan's Couch. Big damage onto Gohan. Zul's gonna go down. And now the chase is on. Protectors of Aiur turning things around in a level 19 to 20 fight. The big defense. So only mid-keep taken out by Durotan's Couch. They allow Protectors of Aiur to catch up on XP. We're going to have a 20-20 team fight by the time Zul's back on the field. Protectors of Aiur are going to go ahead and pick up this heal camp to get ready for the next control point A. We'll see what else that they can do with this 30 seconds without Zul. Looks like they're going to be pushing into the top lane here. Thinking about it, nope, they're going to back off. I'd like to see them get a little bit more aggressive on these structures with this one-player advantage. Instead, they're going to go ahead and get their macro right. They're going to try to get the mid lane pushed out. Now, that is important going into control point A, having a point of entry in both the bottom and mid lanes. Bottom keep is actually being winioned to death. It looks like Durotan's Couch has seen that. They're going to go ahead and try to clean up these two catapults. Bottom keep is almost gone here. Got a little bit of catapult damage after Protectors of Aiur softened it up in the earlier engagement. Level 20 is here. They're just making sure to get their lanes right, but it is now a 5v5. Eclectic sees Captain Wedge, is going to have to escape there, avoids the Lion's Maw. Oh, this could be trouble for Protectors of Aiur. They're going to try to grab this turret camp. Luckily, they do manage to squeeze away before Durotan's Couch could invade. They've got two turrets in a heal camp versus the 0 items. Oh, now we've got a camp invade the other way. Protectors of Aiur sees Captain Wedge in the bush. There's the taunt onto Sylvanas. Crushing Jaws is out and catches 2. There's the Light Bomb follow-up. Varian's gonna fall as well as Li Ming. Urel very slowed by the Water Dragon. Gonna try to chase down Lili. Tychus in the background trying to poke in with that Odin, but with these 2 kills, Protectors of Aiur now have the upper hand. It looks like they're going to go and try to push into the bottom lane. Ryan trying to catch up this lane as best as possible. There's the route onto Yrel. They're going to be finishing off this bottom keep, and this may be a core call here. The keep is gone. Heal camp has been dropped. Oh, it's dropped by the keep. Are they going to go for it? They're thinking about it. Yes, they're going to move in. They've got 30 seconds here without Li Ming or Varian. Li Ming is absolutely the core defender for this squad. Gohan trying their best. Getting really knocked down. There's the Water Dragon once again onto Johanna, saved by Anduin. The core shield is gone. Wildcard is being chased out by the Johanna. They got to keep their damage on the core. They've only got 8 seconds left. 50% on the core. There's the blow up onto Zool, and I think that's what they needed. Sylvanas actually going down in the background. Members being pushed back. Oh no, this could be trouble. 30% on the core. Li Ming is back on the field. There's the light bomb stun onto a fish. 15%, 12%, 6%, and they do manage to get it. Protectors of Aiur swing back and take game number 1. GG. There it is. A very close game there. Early game absolutely controlled by Durotan's couch. All the way pretty much to the level 20 to 18 fight. They pushed in mid. Protectors of Aiur got a great defense, a great counter kill, and ended up snowballing that into a victory. Very well played by both squads. Fantastic stuff. Taking a look at the stats here, Tychus leading the way for Durotan's couch with the nearly 63,000 hero damage, with a fish not that far behind, 62,000. And there we see Zool really just 150,000 siege, just absolutely killing it on the double soak there. Protectors of Aiur, Orion top in the charts, eking out ahead of Hariel on the Sylvanas with the 46k versus basically the 46k from Orphea. Really, really solid stuff. Take a quick look at the talents before we get ready for game number 2. All right, game number 1 is in the books. Protectors of Aiur eke one out. Can they close out this series with a second win, or can Durotan's couch force a game number 3? We're going to go to the break, and when we come back, we're going to have game number 2. Don't go far. All right, welcome back to the series. Game number 2 about to be underway between Durotan's couch and Protectors of Aiur. Protectors of Aiur taking game number 1. They're going to try to close this out here on game number 2. Looks like our teams are about to be ready to go. So let's take you over once again to the map screen to remind you where we're at. Alterac Pass, Braxis Holdout, Cursed Hollow, and Hanamura Temple are banned for today's matchup. Volskaya Foundry was picked and won by Protectors of Aiur, and for game number 2, Durotan's couch electing to go with first pick again, which means Protectors of Aiur are taking us to Towers of Doom. Excited to see how these two teams clash on a very double soak heavy map. We'll see, maybe we get that Zul versus Yrel again. I think our teams are nearly ready to go, but I'm going to bring you back to the me cam so we can have a little chat. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 1. It's like we got some good conversation there as the game went ahead. Definitely a couple of rough edges, couple of interesting choices through that match, but I think the teams ultimately gelled really well. They understood their comps, they understood where to go in, and Protectors of Aiur, they needed one opportunity and they took it. Looks like the draft is ready. Let's head on in there and talk Towers of Doom. Doom! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! Durotan's couch once again first to act. We'll see whether they stick with that Tassadar Cassia strategy, or whether we see some respect bans come out from our two squads. One thing I always like to see in drafts is I like to see some adjustment in draft. I like to see some different kind of heroes banned away, maybe some heroes picked away. So we'll see whether these two teams want to try to alter the draft and strategy of the other team, or if they're just confident in what they're doing. We'll see what Durotan's couch's thoughts are right about now. Show me that ban. Show me that task ban. They're banning Cassia first. They're flipping the meta on its head. Cassia's still just strong. She's strong at everything. She can take camps fine. She can clear waves pretty good. She's a great ranged assassin. She gets all up in people's business. Surge of Light is still busted no matter how many times they nerf it. Taking that off the table. Once again, Tracer banned away from Durotan's couch. Not letting the pocket pick get through. Next to act, Durotan's couch. We saw the Tassadar ban last series. We'll see whether they stick with that. Whether they got something else in mind. Personally, I think Sergeant Scoops on the Anduin made some pretty big plays. If they're looking for any kind of respect bans here. We'll see what their thoughts are. It is going to be the task ban once again, just the old faithful. Get rid of those OP assassins. We saw the ETC ban come out last time from Protectors of Aiur. ETC did get nerfed on that Encore talent. The 8% reduction going down to 6%. Still very strong, though. We're not going to see ETC today. Old Elite Tauren Chieftain not coming through. What a shame. ETC was the first hero that I really picked up and played a long time in Heroes of the Storm way back when. The game gave me, the Janas, the Muradins, they were fine. And then I saw ETC and I was like, this is for me. And I lost a whole lot. So my win rate on the hero is trash, but he's still one of my faves. A fish is going to go ahead and steal away the Orphea that Hariel played to great effect last game. So this is what I mean. They're adapting their drafts. They're making sure the other team is on the back foot. Making sure they can't just get into a groove. We'll see what Protectors of Aiur can do. They're going to steal away that Zool, and Eclectic is going to reprise the role onto Johanna. Now, Zool can get in a little bit of trouble here on Towers of Doom. As we see, Lord Fable is going to pick up the Deckard that was previously unavailable last game. Because the lanes are so wide here on Towers of Doom, and the distance between top and mid lane is so far, Zool is a little bit vulnerable to ganks. Wildcard is going to be playing that Tychus once again, trying to harass Johanna in the front line. They did get quite a number of kills with that % damage. So with that, the Tracer ban absolutely makes a little more sense, but even just a quick gank in the mid lane, a little bit of a heavy rotation between mid and top, Zool can get in some trouble. So we'll see whether Durotan's couch can key in on that, or whether the Zool will once again run rampant in this series. Protectors of Aiur are going to ban away the Sonya, a classic opponent of Zool's, being able to heal off the skeletons, being able to get right up in his face, stay nice and healthy. Can double soak to some effect, definitely. I mean, everyone falls behind Zool on double soak. But Sonya, definitely a valid opponent to Zool here on Towers of Doom. Durotan's couch thinking about their next ban. Offlaner and tank are set. They've already got their Deckard. They're going to ban away that Sylvanas that Orion played last game, not letting the Banshee Queen come on through. That leaves Protectors of Aiur with the next set of picks. Anduin went pretty well for them. They don't have the Orphea this time, so I'm interested to see what Hariel's going to pick up. They're going to leave Hariel for last. Orion is going to grab the Greymane, and Sergeant Scoops back on that Anduin. I think that was pretty effective last time. Interested and excited to see the King of Stormwind back on the field. The real King of Stormwind, just to stir things up in chat a little bit. Varian's dead. It's all Anduin now. Last two picks coming out, it's going to be Leoric that will face down Zool in the double soak matchup, and Captain Wedge is going to grab a Muradin here. Interesting. Muradin has been kind of sneaky sliding up the Storm League charts with a couple of minor stat buffs lately. Hariel is going to steal away the Li Ming, saying, "You take my mage, I guess I'll take yours." That'll be a Li Ming pickup for Protectors of Aiur. Okay, well, we've got the reset combo on Protectors of Aiur. We've got the Deckard Orphea business over on the side of Durotan's couch. We'll see who can come out on top. Can Protectors of Aiur close out this series, or can Durotan's couch even up the score? Let's find out. Game number 2 coming at you right now. Alright, loading in here to Towers of Doom. Looks like we got the quick load this time. Oh yeah. Prepare yourself. Once again, on the left in the blue, we have Durotan's couch, with Captain Wedge playing the Muradin, a fish on the Orphea, Wildcard playing Tychus, Gohan on the Leoric, and Lord Fable playing the Deckard. On the right, in the red, we have Protectors of Aiur looking to close out this series. It's Redbeard on the Zool, Hariel playing Li Ming, Eclectic on the Johanna, Sergeant Scoops playing the Anduin, and Orion on the Greymane. A fish showing up in the chat. Oh, what a guy. What a guy. He's double tasking with the best of them. Teams will be meeting here in the center. A fish and Gohan getting those sprays all the way up into tower range. Unbelievable plays from the blue team to start things off. Leoric able to step into that wave, giving Durotan's couch a bit of an advantage on this wave clear. A fish taking those Li Ming shots, going down to about half health here at the start. Very nice wave clear, actually, coming out from Protectors of Aiur. It looked like Leoric was all up in that wave, but being cleared from afar by the Johanna and the Zool. Leo and Zool will be battling it out in the top lane. Zool will be mostly unharmed in that, unless Leo can get a lot of extra autos in. Iron Skin popped in the bottom lane by Eclectic, staying healthy. Johanna and Greymane definitely going to help out with the wave clear. Both teams jumping onto their sapper camps at the 1 minute mark here. Li Ming making sure to catch experience in the mid lane as they go ahead and pick up these mercenary camps. Captain Wedge and Eclectic just keeping an eye on things in the mid. Both sappers are going to be picked up here. Redbeard is on the rotation, being harassed by Deckard in the middle lane there. This is sort of the issue. It's not even an issue, it's just the situation with double soaking here on towers. You can do it if nobody interrupts you. If there's nobody in your way, Captain Wedge taking a lot of damage here, stunned under towers. Gonna jump on out of there, very nicely done. Like, both Leo and Zool can double soak to their heart's content here, but if their rhythms are thrown off, it takes a little bit to get that rhythm back. So it looks like Orphea in the mid for Durotan's couch is going to be harassing Zool a little bit. Leo staying in the top lane for now. That does leave a 4v3 in the bottom, and it's showing as Protectors of Aiur are sieging down this bottom wall to great effect using those Li Ming bombs. Orion is right in there trying to get on top of the Tychus. There is the overdrive. Eclectic being able to walk away here. Really staying ahead on that wave clear. The fish is coming on down to help, making it a 4v4. Sergeant Scoop's taking some damage from that Orphea on the flank. Nice route. Looks like Orion will be able to get out of there. Zool and Leoric continuing to trade blows. Redbeard going to go ahead and grab the cap. Looks like Hariel is going to grab the experience in the middle. Oh no, is actually going to let that go, trying to get some extra damage onto the Tychus. They will trade caps in the top lane, and the fight will be on in the mid. Level 7 not going to be close in this fight, so it is going to be a 4 vs 4 talent here. There's the root onto Muradin. Zool rooted in the top lane. Tychus is going to have to be a little bit careful. Johanna is right on top of things. Hariel in the top throwing out those Li Ming bombs. Eclectic, very low, is slowed by the Deckard. Does have that Iron Skin in time. Orion escaping from Orphea down in the bottom lane, and it looks like Durotan's Couch will win the initial fight. They're going to grab 2 of the 3 starting altars. Zool back on that rotation. Both teams trying to get back onto their XP grind. Looks like Durotan's Couch is ahead on the minions for now. They've got about a half wave extra. Taking a look at the damage so far, Tychus leading the way with the 10k for Durotan's Couch as we have a camp invade here. Durotan's Couch really wants to move in here. There's the Iron Skin from Johanna. Orion gonna have to roll on out of there. Sergeant Scoop's trying to hold this point while Johanna gets back on it. Hariel is lobbing in the bombs from the back line. Captain Wedge is going to go down first, so is Orphea. Orion somehow still alive. That's a triple kill, maybe a quad. As Protectors of Aiur wipe up Durotan's Couch as they attempt that camp invade. Zool and Leoric wondering what happened. Wonder what happened down there. Let's get back to double soaking. It'll be a double camp capture for Protectors of Aiur. That puts them way ahead on that hero experience. Starting to make up for those lost minions in the early game. They are ahead about a half level now. Bottom wall is down. 2 sappers are still up. But Durotan's Couch is back to try to clear out this wave. Deckard Root will not catch the retreating Protectors of Aiur. As we see Hariel back on the field. Gohan working against Redbeard on that double soak still. Altars are up in the bottom lane in about 10 seconds here. Durotan's Couch sees Johanna coming in. There's the stun. This could be trouble. Anduin is there with the Leap of Faith, though. Had to pop the Iron Skin as well. Redbeard is down here as well. Leoric trying to trail in. Muradin gonna stay out of the fight for a moment, try to use that trait to heal on up. Looks like Hariel is gonna cap the bottom unless Leoric can get down here for the interrupt. Gohan will do so. There's another root onto Muradin. Protectors of Aiur trying to get as much damage onto that front line as possible, but Captain Wedge is doing a great job of picking up those rubies and letting that trait do the work. Orphea is going to pick up the mid altar. Deckard finishing the quest in the midst of this fight. Muradin will not survive this time, locked down for just too long. And that's 1 kill for Protectors of Aiur, and they will capture this bottom altar, as well as achieve level 10. We do have the Blessed Shield, Light Bomb, Wave of Force, Cursed Bullet, and Skeletal Mages coming out for the red team, trying to use their brief advantage to possibly push in this bottom lane. Oh, the Blessed Shield whiffs. Redbeard trying to pressure back Tychus, and this fort is starting to fall. The Skeletal Mages are out. Leo is trying to catch up on this experience. That does catch level 10 here for Durotan's Couch. And Protectors of Aiur are going to have to peel out of there as Captain Wedge coming to join the fight. There's the stun onto Eclectic. Ooh, the Leap of Faith will not be enough, and Johanna is going to go down here. Couldn't quite get away enough after that siege in the bottom lane. Durotan's Couch going to use this opportunity to successfully invade this sapper camp. Looking at the heroics coming out from the blue team, we do have the Avatar from Muradin, we have the Eternal Feast from Orphea, Stay a While and Listen from the Deckard, Entomb from Leoric, and Odin, again from Tychus. Let's check in on that double soak. There they go. Back to the fight. Sapper's going to be barreling down the bottom lane. Oh, a big hit onto Wildcard. Nice curse bullet coming out from Orion, going to force back Tychus. Looks like the defense is good for now. Working on the Sapper camp here is Durotan's Couch. We do have a single altar spawn in the bottom lane here. Another camp invade situation. There's the light bomb coming out. Eclectic is on the point. Oh, the contest is still there. Orion wants a fish. Will not get it. Orphea gonna survive for now. Gohan right in the back line, really harassing things. Anduin's actually gonna go down here. Eclectic and Redbeard trying to stay on this point, but Zool's gonna fall. Johanna's gonna fall. Orion is really in deep here. Hariel trying to stay on the edges. A nice stun onto Greymane. Hariel trying to get away. Captain Wedge did use that Stormbolt just now. Hariel trying to dodge things out. Maybe getting a little bit too cute here. There's the slow. There's the stun. Is that going to be enough damage? Oh, the blink's going to be enough, and Hariel will get away. But that's, in essence, a full team wipe there, as Li Ming's going to have to back. The Sapper's going to be barreling down the bottom lane. Bottom fort still softened up for Protectors of Aiur, but Durotan's Couch are trying to respond here. 4 in the bottom lane. Leo pushing in the top, and that's now a 13 to 12 level advantage coming out for Durotan's Couch. That minion experience really starting to add up. Leo has been doing a great job of catching as much XP as possible and getting to these fights just in time here. And now Protectors of Aiur are going to have to make up that gap. Zool is back on that double soak. Captain Wedge looking for a rotation here. Eclectic staying out front. Oh, Sergeant Scoops is thinking about it. They want this rotation kill. A fish is in the bush. Captain Wedge looking for a rotation, but it looks like they don't have any vision. They're just going to go for this bottom keep, and there's going to be a wraparound engage here. Can they get this keep down before the engage happens? Yes, they can. The light bomb comes out. Nice unstoppable from Tychus. Avoids the light bomb damage. Sergeant Scoops is on the wrong side of things. It's going to go down here. Hariel really stuck in the back. Eclectic is being chased down by the entirety of Durotan's Couch here. Uses that extra unstoppable from Gladiator's medallion, but it won't be enough. That's 2 kills for Durotan's Couch. Protectors of Aiur, though, they do get the siege damage, and now they have the extra structure. What is Durotan's Couch going to do? They're going to go ahead and pick up the Sapper camp, steal that away. Leo is coming in here. Orion is trying to get the capture. Gohan is going to have to back off. Possibly a slip up here. Oh, it's a very nice Entomb is going to catch Redbeard. There's a huge damage, and Zool is going to go down. That's the stay a while and listen committed. That's an extra kill for Durotan's Couch, though I feel like they possibly didn't get all that they could out of that player advantage. They got the camp steal, but they only get to trade on these altars. And with a disadvantage on these structures, that means that's going to count a lot more towards Protectors of Aiur than it will for them. They're going to take the consolation prize here, go ahead and grab this boss. Looking for a kill onto Orion. Greymane stepped out a little too far, and that's a nice kill there. Level 16 is here for Durotan's Couch. Sergeant Scoops and crew moving to the bottom lane, just trying to keep an eye on things. Leo is spotted in the top lane versus Redbeard. Here's the rotation from Durotan's Couch. They've got that 2-level lead. Eclectic just trying to keep an eye on things. Not really taking advantage. Just playing safe. They're gonna have to move around and start getting these minions, though. A lot of this experience is trapped behind this bottom keep. It's like we have a little bit of a cheeky invade coming in. Looking for an opportunity, but they do back off once they see Wedge coming out. Stormbolt hot on their heels, but will not land. Li Ming could be a little bit caught out here. Looking for the dismount. There's the big blink. Hariel uses the push. It's not going to be enough. Li Ming picked off in the mid lane. This is a triple altar phage. Durotan's Couch. They've got the even structures now. We'll see what they're going to do. Leo's going to go for the aggressive cap. This is 12 points if they do cap it. Possibly 15 if they get the extra structure, so this is not game just yet. Captain Wedge, the cursed bullet lands. Murden will be healing up from the trait. Zool trying to stop this cap with the Skeletal Mage as the Eternal Feast is out, as well as the Entomb. Zool almost certainly going to be going down in that top lane there. A fish may be going down. The Gladiator's Medallion is out. Somehow Redbeard survives. Bottom is taken by Durotan's Couch. Hariel is back on the field, being zoned out by Gohan. A fish trying to capture here. Looks like they will do so. That's 5 more shots onto the core of Protectors of Aiur. Protectors of Aiur just have to move on down to the bottom lane, try to take that back. There's no way that they can invade this. They're now 3 levels down. And they've only got 3 points left on their core. They're now a camp capture away from doing this. They managed to take this before Captain Wedge can jump on in. Very nice job by Sergeant Scoops to land that root. They're going to go ahead and take this bottom keep back before Durotan's Couch can come in for the defense. That does stop the possibility of a camp capture, heading straight to core. Level 16 is here for Protectors of Aiur. They are currently on even talent tiers. Leoric is in the top lane. If they do engage, it is going to be a 5v4, though I don't think they know it. They do not have vision on Leoric right now. So we're going to head to the mid lane, try to catch up on this XP. The rest of Durotan's Couch just clearing the bottom lane. Protectors of Aiur in a tough, tough spot. We'll see how they can respond to this. Redbeard is going to clear the top lane. Gohan moving on in. Looks like we may have a 4v4 here. They're going to have to watch their rotations. They do manage to spot Wildcard and Lord Fable. Captain Wedge is going to see Hariel coming. The blink is there. Both teams trying not to get caught unawares here. There's the rotation. Captain Wedge forcing the members of Protectors of Aiur back. Both teams are just kind of dancing here, looking for an opportunity to go in. Protectors of Aiur decide they're going to go around the long way. We do have an altar in the bottom lane. It is a single altar spawn. This is the best possible scenario here for Protectors of Aiur. They're going to get this fight before level 20 lands. Zool is stuck in the top lane, is going to back and try to head on down for this fight. Leo migrating down towards the fight as well. But the altar is spawning now. We're not going to have time to wait for Zool. Someone's going to have to go in and get that interrupt. Li Ming is going to go down, trying to move in. That's the double kill onto Anduin. Eclectic trying to move on past. But a great defense put up by Durotan's Couch. That's the double kill. That's the triple kill. Orion's going to be next to fall. Gohan actually going down first. But Greymane is down. Redbeard trying to use that backlash. Will be killed. The cap is there, and the game is over. Durotan's Couch evens things up 1-1 in the series. GG. Very nice work there from Durotan's Couch. Did a good job of throwing Zool off the rhythm, taking the advantages when they had them. Protectors of Aiur definitely not falling over for nothing in that game. Had the opportunities, got a couple kills, made some good plays. But ultimately, Durotan's Couch got the experience lead, they got the map control, and they got the victory. A fish leading the way on damage on that Orphea with the 49,000. Tychus not that far behind with the 45. Li Ming leading the way. Hariel for Protectors of Aiur with the 43k. Once again, give you a little peek at that talent screen. Then we're going to go ahead and set up for game number 3. All right, that is game number 2 in the books. 1-1 in the series. We'll see how game 3 turns out. We're going to the rubber match. We're going to go ahead and set that back up and head to the break. Don't go far. We're going to have game number 3 for you. Not too long. All right, welcome back. We are getting ready for game number 3 here between Durotan's Couch and Protectors of Aiur. They're 1-1. It's coming down to this. We're going to be heading to Tomb of the Spider Queen for game number 3. Our teams are about ready here. We're going to be heading over to the map screen. Let you know, remind you of the state of the series. Alterac Pass, Braxis Holdout, Cursed Hollow, and Hanamura Temple are banned away for this series. Volskaya Foundry was taken game number 1 by Protectors of Aiur. Towers of Doom, it was Durotan's couch that struck back and evened things up 1-1. And once again, with the map pick, it's Protectors of Aiur that are taking us to Tomb of the Spider Queen. Definitely a very different style of map from the previous two. Very, very small in comparison to Volskaya and Tomb. And we'll see how they clash. Let's get into the draft. Alrighty. Getting ready here for Tomb of the Spider Queen. It's once again going to be Durotan's couch first to act. By the way, I don't think I addressed it earlier. I think I saw someone in the chat asking about the music. The music is official Heroes of the Storm Lucio remixes for made specifically for HOTS. You can check it out on YouTube. Just look for, I think it's called Lucio Remix, Heroes of the Storm. There's 2 of them. One of them I use for draft, one of them I use for pre-game. So, yeah, that's what I use. And on the break screen, I use some old HGC music. Durotan's couch, once again, gonna ban away the Cassia. That is true, Protectors of Aiur did have the opportunity, and they chose map pick, giving up the first pick opportunity here. Makes it the same as the other 2 games. They're gonna ban away the Tracer. We'll see whether the bans line up again here. I want to see Tassadar here on 2, but this might be Tassadar's best map, so it wouldn't surprise me to see him banned. But one thing I think I'd like to see Durotan's couch too, if they're so worried about playing against Tassadar, maybe pick him? No? Okay. Tassadar is so effective here on Tomb. All the openings seem to be exactly the width of his wall. The wave clear is so good, but not today. Not today. See if it's going to be the ETC ban once again here for Protectors of Aiur. It will be. Alright. Alright. They know exactly what they don't want to play against. I'll give that to them. They did alter their drafts last game. A fish going to grab that Orphea up once again. Orphea's still a force. She did get some nerfs. Just a couple. Nothing too serious. Orphea's still doing fine. Fishy coming into the draft to say, what's with the Tracer bans? I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Johanna and Anduin going to be picked once again. These teams just mirroring the drafts from last time. Nothing has changed. Lord Fable taking the Deckard, Gohan taking the Leoric. That leaves Tychus and Murden. Johanna's already picked up. Man. I just got done saying this is a very different style of map, and we've got identical drafts coming on through. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Tychus gonna be banned away. No Tychus for you, wildcard. You're gonna have to play a second hero. Do you have it, or do you not? It's like Texas Hold'em. Sometimes you just gotta say, if they've got it, they've got it. And in this case, what they've got is literally any other hero. But that's okay. No Tychus this match up. Durotan's couch with the next ban opportunity. Is it going to be a Zul ban? Zul did pretty good versus Leoric there. It's going to be a Yrel ban. Yrel was played in game number 1, very solid solo laner here on Tomb, especially for just being able to collect the gems without much issue. So that leaves the next 2 picks over on Protectors of Aiur. They've got their Johanna and Anduin. They're going to need to think about wave clear. This is Tomb of the Spider Queen after all. Li Ming may not be the choice. Maybe something like a Kael'thas? It's going to be the Sonya coming out from Redbeard. And Vala from Orion. Vala can definitely help out with that wave clear. A little bit squishy, but can put out a whole lot of damage on that front line. Redbeard able to pick up the Sonya that was banned away in the last series. Does do decently well into Leoric, just in terms of self-healing. Can outlast Leoric in lane for sure. Fairly sturdy against ganks. See what the tank situation is. Wedge going to go ahead and grab that Muradin once again. Wildcard is going to be playing Greymane. Greymane has a particular talent here on Tomb since he can solo that siege camp right from level 1. Sometimes you see the Greymane sneaking around the map, grabbing that siege camp solo, trying to catch the enemy team unawares. Hariel is going to grab the Chromie. Interesting. Chromie does make up a little bit for the wave clear. Obviously isn't going to be going out there collecting spider gems, but being able to just throw bombs onto the back line, not in a broken way, just in a balanced way, we can hope. But game number 3 is set. It's going to be Durotan's Couch versus Protectors of Aiur for the championship of the world of week 1. Let's get into it. Here we are, Tomb of the Spider Queen. The Chromie Kicker against the not Tychus of Wildcard. Otherwise, seems pretty similar. We do have the Vala Sonya coming out from Protectors of Aiur, but a very, very similar comp played by Durotan's Couch in this game number 3. Loading on up. Here we go. I think. Oh man, I was watching the bottom bar. It's okay. We're going to load in. It's fine. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. Once again, on the left in the blue is Durotan's Couch, with Captain Wedge playing the Muradin, a fish on the Orphea, Wildcard playing the Greymane, Lord Fable on that Deckard, and Gohan on the Leoric. On the right in the red is the Protectors of Aiur, with Hariel playing that Chromie, Redbeard on the Sonya, Sergeant Scoops on the Anduin, Ecplictic on the Johanna, and Orion on the Vala. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go! Tomb of the Spider Queen is underway. W quest for the Chromie still picked up. It was nerfed, though. Not nerfed into oblivion. Gohan getting that spray right in between the eyes of those towers. Paying no mind to the dangers it causes. Moral victory achieved by Durotan's Couch. But what they need is actual victory. We'll see if that's what they can get. Nice couple of stacks there for Chromie. Wave clear. A little bit superior on the side of Durotan's Couch, at least for now, and they're going to get ahead on these rotations. Redbeard already in the bottom lane, going to be met by Leoric. Captain Wedge trying to interrupt the rotations of Protectors of Aiur. Once again, we are in rotation mode. Wedge making things hard, making Johanna lead the way. The fish also making things interesting for Protectors of Aiur. Those Chromie bombs are going to start to fly. No XP missed so far. Both teams are even here. Captain Wedge is just living on the side of the map of Protectors of Aiur, forcing the Iron Skin out from Ecplictic. Very nice little playstyle coming out from Durotan's Couch. They got ahead in the early game. That allowed them to control this middle space. Orion's going to try to put some extra damage onto Captain Wedge. We'll see whether Protectors of Aiur can wrest control back, or whether they're going to be stuck looking down the barrel of that Stormbolt forever. Now, this is what I said that Greymane might do. It looks like Vol is going to go for a sneaky. Come around the edge of the map unseen and go ahead and try to pick up this camp. We'll see whether Durotan's Couch picks up on this. They see the 3 members in the top lane. Greymane is in the mid trying to have some of that XP just crash into the wall. There's Captain Wedge with the stun. XP orbs looking to expire here. And they have done their job. That's 2 orbs of experience dying on the ground. But bottom camp was picked up by Orion. That's going to force Gohan back, allow Redbeard to put some slams onto that wall. And Orion is going to join this fight as Ecliptic, taking a lot of damage. That's a big root, forcing the Leap of Faith out from Sergeant Scoops. And right now, Durotan's couch is really controlling the pace here. But we're still very early. This pace can absolutely be interrupted by objectives, by kinks, by rotations, by that bruiser camp. But they do have the early game on lock here. So once again, we see the Iron Skin baited out onto Ecliptic. I can just call Ecliptic Ed? Nah, I'm going for it. I'm all in. Ecliptic. Wildcard looking for the turn-in is interrupted by Ecliptic. Nice job with the shield glare there. Keeping an eye on that mid lane. It's a lot of gems onto the Grey Mane, a somewhat squishy target. They're going to force Muradin back with a lot of extra damage. Protectors of Aiur trying to wrest control of these rotations. Leo trying to turn in here. Redbeard was able to get those gems off, but Leo still holding 19. So still 0 turned in for Durotan's couch as a Fish and Captain Wedge are being forced back by those Chromie strikes. And Protectors of Aiur are starting to get control of this lane. They're starting to get ahead on these rotations. They're not getting bullied around so much by this Muradin. Things are starting to even out a little bit. Nice job, nice recovery there from POA. Sonya working on the turn-in once again. Gohan still looking for an opportunity, as is Wildcard. A Fish gonna try to get turned in here, but it's only 6. That's a lot of gems sitting on Greymane. He's not able to join these rotations as he tries to go to the bottom lane. Wedge is jumping right in there, wants the stun onto Hariel, but does not land. Wildcard is in the thick of things with those 25 gems. Johanna trying to catch up, but a very nice zoning route by Lord Fable allows Durotan's couch to get away here. Gohan does manage to turn in the bottom lane. That's pretty important here for Durotan's couch. Nice time trap onto 1. Captain Wedge looks like it's going to get on out of there, baiting out the medallion from Johanna. Once again, Captain Wedge trying to control these rotations. It looks like Wildcard has the opportunity. Gonna be... Nope, that's gonna be enough. Redbeard not quite there in time to interrupt it. And we're gonna have a blue Webweaver phase for objective number 1. Taking a look at this experience, very, very even so far. These teams on a very even footing. Orphea absolutely leading the way. A Fish doing a ton of hero damage in the opening salvo. Chromie starting to dish out the pain as well at the 13k. Now this is where the rotations can really start getting interrupted. Temporal Loop is out. Trying to catch Captain Wedge there. Muradin's going to leap away. Orphea lobbing in those E's, dealing a lot of damage. As they try to push down the top lane. There's a stun onto Johanna. Gonna have to tap there to stay safe. Sonya is working on clearing up the bottom lane. Leo rotating to mid. This mid fort could be in some trouble here. Top objective is taken out. Wedge is actually going to go back and grab some mana. So that's going to give Protectors of Aiur the opportunity to get a cleaner clear here. Mid fort, about half health as this objective gets cleared away. A little bit of an advantage from taking out those walls on the experience side of things for Durotan's couch as they rotate onto Redbeard here. Gonna have to be careful is Sonya. And it looks like Protectors of Aiur are gonna move back and try to pick up this Bruiser camp to try to gain vision in the mid. They've got a whole lot of gems on. We're actually close to a double turn-in here for Durotan's couch. The chase is on for Johanna in the mid lane. There's the stun. The root does land as well. Just a little bit of harassing damage, though. Durotan's couch almost has a double turn-in here. Levels 10s have arrived for both squads. Nothing out of the ordinary that I'm seeing so far. It is the Wrath of the Berserker from Sonya. Yeah, everything as expected. Ecliptic is starting to carry a lot of gems, though. Gonna have to look for an opportunity to clear. Still working on that wave clear. We do have a fight in the bottom lane here, though. Looks like Captain Wedge and Gohan are gonna force Redbeard and Orion off this point. Vala looking to do another sneak in the bottom lane. Ecliptic, oh, the Herodric Cube was like a It was this. It was the tiniest little pixel away from the interrupt. Lord Fable thought they had it. I thought they had it. That Haradrim cube was right in Johanna's face. But we're going to have a red Webweaver phase as the teams both crest over level 11. Protectors of Aiur are going to have to be careful here. Durotan's Couch has the rotation. A nice route from Anduin. Is that going to be enough, though? Eclectic trailing, allowing the rest of Protectors of Aiur to escape. Very nicely done. Had to spread out on that rotation. There's the Light Bomb. Catches one there. There's the Temporal Loop as well. They want Cat and Wedge. Avatar was popped. Oh, and Muradin's gonna survive. That was a lot of ults committed to that kill. And they do not get it, and Muradin is gonna go right back to full health. Moving to the mid lane is Protectors of Aiur. Johanna had to back there. There's another Cursed Bullet. Forcing back the members of Protectors of Aiur. Webweavers have been cleared away. Redbeard still with a whole lot of gems, as is Leoric here. Gonna have to be careful not to push out too far. Durotan's Couch could be rotating down at any point. Eclectic discovers Wedge in the bush. We got the stun. Temporal Loop is out. There's a big root onto 2. That's a lot of damage onto the backline. Eternal Feast is out. Could that be enough? Orion's gonna go down here. Light Bomb in response. Sergeant Scoop's trying to get away. That's a big shield. A fish being actually chased down by Redbeard here. Redbeard now looking for a way out. But with that kill, it looks like Durotan's Couch. Oh, we got an Entomb onto Johanna. There's the sleep as well. They want this onto Eclectic. Looks like both teams are going to be back to full strength. Vol is back on the field here, and we're going to have a blue Webweaver phase coming on in. One quick moment, team. There we go. Sorry about that. Coming on back. I should really get some mods up in here, eh? Blue Webweavers barreling down the top lane. It's going to be level 13 for both squads on this push. There's the Temporal Loop once again onto the Muradin. Muradin's still at full health. Light Bomb is out. Eternal Feast as well onto the backline of Protectors of Aiur. Anduin's going to be the first to fall. Wildcard working on Redbeard. There's the stun from Vala, trying to save Redbeard, and Sona's actually going to get on out of there. Eclectic may not be so lucky. That's 44 gems they're going to have to get away with. Looks like Johanna's going to be safe for now. Gohan is on the chase, wants that kill. The Entomb onto Ariel is good. Chromie is going to go down here. Redbeard's going to have to be careful. Eclectic as well. Iron Skin is enough to survive. So many gems on the side of Protectors of Aiur. They have not found the opportunity to turn those in. All forts are down. Level 14 to 13 here. And Durotan's Couch is working on this top lane push. Looks like this keep wall is going to be going out. Now 15 to 13. They've got the scaling advantage here. Leo pushing in the bottom lane. Redbeard is going to respond, trying to push Leo on out of there. Chromie back on the field. Johanna getting back to full health. Keep wall is down. Objective is cleared. Durotan's Couch have a big vision advantage here. This is where teams really start to... They need to find an advantage. They need to find a way back onto the map. They've got 102 gems sitting there. Gonna go ahead and get this Bruiser Camp to try to push out the mid lane, but it's gonna be yet another blue Webweaver phase. Great job in saving up these gems by Durotan's Couch. These waves are gonna be pushing right up onto the keep walls. This is gonna be a really tough defense for Protectors of Aiur. They're down the level 16 talent tier. They've already got damage on these keep walls, and these Webweavers are gonna be coming right up into their faces. Looks like the fight is going to be happening in the mid lane. We got the 5v5 here. Iron Skin popped by Eclectic. They're not going to have level 16 for this defense. Wall is being taken out by the objective, and it's going to be moving on to the keep proper. Just trying to stay back, just trying to get as much damage as possible. They see Leo in the top lane, so they do have the 5v4 for now. Mid is going to be mostly cleared away. Bottom has not yet reached the keep, so they do have some time. It's a lot of damage onto Eclectic. There's the stun. Looking for the big root onto Johanna. The light bomb is there as well. That stuns 3. Oh, Eclectic is going to go down. So many gems on the ground. Orion trying to pick it up, but Anduin's going to fall as well. The counter kill onto Orphea is good. Looks like Orion, Hariel, and Redbeard have picked up the majority of those gems. But without Johanna, Durotan's Couch is going to be pushing into this keep. Oh, Captain Wedge! Oh, almost taken out by that Chromie bomb, the leap enough to get away, and all of a sudden with those Deckard potions, just got it back to full health, just so casually back to full health. That's gonna be a triple keep play. There it is. Hero catapult. Good job, buddy. 3 keeps down. They are on 6 structures to 0. That's gonna be a big deal, as the trickle XP is going to start to seriously favor Durotan's Couch on the way to level 20. Wildcard is working on this siege camp. The rest of Protectors of Aiur are just trying to catch up with these lanes. They've got so many gems, they've got basically a triple turn-in ready, but they have no avenues to approach these turn-in lanes. Eclectic going to try to lead the way. Gohan's got them scouted. Orphea coming on down. They gotta look for any opportunity here. There's the stun and root onto Leoric. The Wraith Walk Unstoppable is gonna be good. Is that gonna be enough to force back Durotan's Couch? Hariel trying to get the turn in, but Redbeard is the one that really needs to be turning in. There's the channel, and it looks like we will have a Red Web Weaver phase. Durotan's Couch is gonna give this up for now. It's not gonna be doing much. These Web Weavers are gonna be stopped pretty early in this push, but it will give Protectors of Aiur an opportunity to try to push these lanes out, try to get some vision on the map. They may not have time, though. Here comes Durotan's Couch. They're right on top of things. There's the Entomb. The Eternal Feast is out. Light Bomb out as well, but Anduin's down. Vol is down. Leoric killed in response. Eclectic still holding 36 gems, trying to get away. That's Johanna going down. That's a lot of gems on the ground. And this could be the push to finish. Durotan's Couch without Leoric, but they've still got 4 members. They want to find this Chromie kill. The timeout, not enough. Redbeard looks like still very healthy, going to try to get away, but Durotan's Couch is on the core. Deckard going to try to be throwing out those potions, trying to keep Greymane healthy. Captain Wedge keeping Sonya at bay. Redbeard doing their best to try to get some kills here. Captain Wedge very low. There's the big sleep onto Sonya, and that's the kill. A fish cleaning up the last member of Protectors of Aiur, and Durotan's Couch is going to take game number 3 and take down the series. GG. Drinkwater Streamer has been redeemed in the chat. Thank you for spending your bananas. Durotan's Couch taking great control of that matchup. Captain Wedge making things very difficult for Protectors of Aiur in the early game, really harassing on those rotations. Protectors of Aiur were looking like they were starting to stabilize in the mid game, but ultimately the team fights did not go their way, and the snowball turn-ins, getting those lanes all the way pushed in. Durotan's Couch are victorious. Very nicely done. A fish once again leading the way with that Orphea damage, 66,000 hero damage. Hariel on that Chromie dishing out the 56k as well. Chromie doing a lot of work for Protectors of Aiur. Taking a quick look over at the talent screen, and we're going to see if we can find ourselves a post-game interview.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
feeling pretty good after week 1 W.
Fantastic stuff. Now, your Discord name doesn't match your in-game name, which
Does not. I am Gohan.
Gohan. All right, welcome to the stream. Congratulations on your win there. A little bit of a hard-fought victory, 2-1 in the end. Yeah, it's got to feel good. First win of the season, week number 1.
It does feel good knocking off the rust. I mean, those guys put up a heck of a fight. Like, it was tooth and nail the whole way.
Absolutely. Really great stuff coming out. Now, let's take a look at game number 1, Volskaya Foundry there. That one went towards Protectors of Aiur there. Did you pretty much get what you were looking for in that draft with that Zool comp?
For the most part, yeah. I think we were actually looking for an Orphea to play off of the Zool comp, but they took it, so we backed up to Li Ming.
Mm-hmm.
So it was still a good choice. I just think that we got a little overzealous at certain points.
Yep, we definitely saw in that game we had some good control in the early. The Varian getting a ton of picks, a ton more than I was expecting, to be honest. But ultimately, in the end, it was Protectors of Aiur taking the opportunity and barreling down that bottom lane for the win there. Towers of Doom. You guys had a pretty good stranglehold throughout that game. Talk to me a little bit about your strategy there. So you had the Leoric double soaking, but you had a lot of visits from the 4-man into the mid lane. Was that more a reaction to the speed of Zool on that double soak, or is that a something that you're looking to do against pretty much any double soaker you come across there?
I think it was more of just opportunity. We were just wanting to play ahead. So if we had an opportunity to gain soak where we think that they would lose some soak, some XP, that we took it from there. The double soaking really wasn't a huge issue in the beginning, but near the end, when because he was pushing lanes a lot faster than I could, so I think that's one of the reasons why we cut off around 16.
Yeah. Okay. That's good to know for towers there. Was there a particular point in the game where you felt like you had it in the bag, or it seemed like late in the game you guys were really starting to push ahead on those team fights, but you were down to 2 structures towards the end there? What were the comms like when you won that team fight, but you needed to get some pressure on the map? What was the goal at that point in the game?
Just to try to stay ahead, get the forts back, and then work from ahead once we gained a little bit of lead off that fight. But really, I think the key point of that game was picking up Orphea for Fish. I mean, he's just an animal on that hero. It's just nuts.
Absolutely. Put in some great work in game 2 and 3 on that Orphea, snapping it up first pick there, and definitely showing what he could do on that hero. Tomb of the Spider Queen. You guys pretty much got ahead and stayed ahead there. Very good job, especially by Wedge, interrupting those rotations on the Muradin. Is Muradin one that Wedge ends up on a lot? Is that sort of a comfort pick for him, or is there some sort of secret sauce on that hero?
I just think he's been practicing all of his tanks recently, and that he's comfortable on multiple tanks, but we felt after the second game of him on Muradin, it was just one of those, like, I feel good on this, let's just run it. They didn't ban it or pick it, and I just feel real comfortable on it tonight. So it's just one of those that just, when the fingers work on a hero, it's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Did some great work there. Timing out those leaps more times than not, getting out with just a sliver of health and letting that trait get that health back to full was a beautiful thing to see for sure. Talk to me a little bit about getting Tracer banned against you. Now, it's very early in the season. I haven't been able to do a lot of research on the teams yet, but it seemed like they may have had an idea that you guys had a Tracer player. Was that an informed ban by them?
Possibly. I'm not gonna give out any stress, but no. We have 2 very competent Tracer players, and I think she's in a very good position with her mobility and with the minor rework she had not too long ago. So It's one of
Okay.
those that if you have someone who's very confident or a couple, it can be a scary pick no matter what. She can just dismantle a team comp regardless of what you're trying to run.
Okay. Well, you certainly showed today that you're not a one tracer pony out there taking that 2-1 victory. Last sort of question I have for you. This is the first week of the new anomaly, Gladiator's Medallion. Is that something that you feel your team is comfortable with right now, is getting a lot of good usage out of right now? Or do you feel like that's something that you're going to be able to exploit more as the weeks go on?
I definitely think the more you play with it, the more comfortable you'll be with it. But for me, playing as Leo, it was kind of like use my E, and if I have to use one once I'm done with the E with the Wraith Walk. But I think everybody else used it almost spot on every time, and it's just it's really interesting mechanic to try to save yourself if you don't have another out. But
Mm-hmm.
also because it goes on a 5 minute cooldown, using it the best way possible. Like for example, saving it when they had the Chromie, saving it for her ult, or like a Johanna Bless Shield or something if you feel like you're out of position. But then you got to remember that you're on a 5 minute cooldown, so you got to really focus on positioning.
Definitely a good point there. Just when I first heard it, I thought, man, this is going to be insane. And they talked about a 5 minute cooldown. I was like, all right, that seems fair. 5 minute cooldown. That's you definitely got to think about it. You're right about that. And having it not be something that brings you out of roots or silences, that'd be impossible. But having it work the way it does, kind of like an Indomitable, I like what it's doing for the game right now, and I like being able to see how the teams are getting used to it. So good to hear from you on that. All right. So once again, congratulations on your 2-1 victory. Any shout outs you'd like to make before we wrap things up here?
Yeah, I just want to thank you for casting, and thank all the guys for playing. Like I said, it was tooth and nail, man. Redbeard was really pushing me in the off lane. That Urel first game was maddening. It was just so frustrating. I also want to thank NGS for putting this on again. Some of us aren't the most mechanically inclined, but we do enjoy playing as a group. And thanks for everybody watching and cheering us on. And hope everybody stays safe during this crazy time. And yeah, just everybody have a good evening and enjoy some more heroes.
Fantastic. Excellent shout outs. Thank you for very much for joining me, and good luck going forward.
Yeah, thanks. And thanks for my teammates, man. They carried me super hard tonight.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Catch you next time.
Have a good one.